family, welcome back to my channel and to the program Sharing My Magic. Today I have with me Altheus, who is also a coach, and he helps people with their trauma work, their shadow work, and he has an amazing presence, and I am so excited to introduce him to you guys today. So, hi Altheus, welcome to my program, and thank you so much for signing up for this. Tell me, where are you from? What are you doing currently? And yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Megma, for this opportunity to connect with you and all your fellow souls. I am right now tuning in from Indonesia, and what I do is I help overwhelmed souls to come into their own power, to heal, and lead with purpose, with fun and authenticity.
That's a
Mhm.
beautiful mission statement. And yeah, this is why I wanted you here, because I know most of my audience and even people who are connected to you,
Mhm.
overwhelmed is an understatement, because what's going on right now, the shifts they're feeling within ourselves and what's happening outside of us is overwhelmed becomes an understatement of a daily basis. Like, I experience going high to low and having too much or too little within myself from, as the day passes, and it can be a tough job to keep a balance, to keep grounded on your own, especially without help. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. And before you, were you a coach like all your life in your adult life, or did you do something else, like me? Like, I was a software engineer before this. What's your story? Like, how did you become this person?
Oh, I see. Like it really goes like a long way. So I graduated from art school. I was a 3D modeler before, so I would model like game characters or action figures. And during the journey, I was also art mentor, so I would come and teach children art. So during that time, I want to grow the art mentoring business. I enrolled in a digital marketing course, which taught me how to get clients. And through that course, I got introduced to this coaching.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was such a thing before, that we can just be present and hold space for someone and they can just get their life together, basically. And it's so such powerful, and I felt like such resonance with it to my soul that this is what I'm meant here to do. So in a way that I did not choose coaching, but it chose me.
Yes,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
that was like 3 years ago. Hmm.
Mm. And I can say that for, I think, a lot of light workers, and I don't know, I could stretch and go for all of the light workers, but this path chose us, and we were never planning. Like, I personally was never planning to be here, and it just happened, and it resonated so hard. And once it does, it's impossible to ignore that, to deny that. And even if you do and try to go on a different direction, it will pull you back. That's what happens when you're activated to your mission. Awesome. Uh,
Hmm.
do you use art in your, like, while you hold space for your clients? Like, is that part of you now, like making art? And because that sounds amazing. And character design takes a lot of thought in how, what you want to portray through their, appearance and stuff. So it really intrigued me. So how does that part of you influence how you work with your clients?
Oh, it's funny because I don't use them anymore. We can use it for shadow work, like paint yourself down as a character, or like paint your higher self as character. I have some drawings of my higher self,
Yeah.
but in the space I don't use it anymore. Like I mentioned, that coaching chose me, and what actually happened was I was doing art. I was finishing a cool sculpture, and suddenly the passion for art just disappears, and there is new passion like for coaching, for growth.
Yeah.
So I haven't really made art in like months, and yeah, it's just like what is preparing me ahead the journey.
I resonate that in that experience in a way, something that happened with me when I was a computer engineer, and suddenly I couldn't do it anymore. Like I couldn't do it anymore, and I couldn't explain that. It was embarrassing. I've been doing this for 10 years, and suddenly I can't do it anymore. And I want to do
Mhm.
something else, like this coaching, helping, doing light work full time. So, and even though people around us do not understand, that's why we want to share these stories, these experiences, because people out there watching us may be going something very similar. Okay, they have been doing something all their life, and suddenly they don't resonate with anymore, and they do not know what to do with that experience. Another thing that I find that stands out about you, and that really led me to talk to you and connect with you, is how you stress on having fun through this process. Not many people do that. So if you could tell us about how did you get to that point. It is so simple. It seems like it should be common sense, but no one, I have not seen another coach really stressing on that but you. So could you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah. I feel like our fun is our core nature of being. Like, right? Children love to have fun until they get told to by school, like, no, you shouldn't laugh too much or you shouldn't joke around that. And we become serious. There is this culture around like being serious, being professional, as if by being professional, we are being seen as more capable. But no, it doesn't like that. We can still have fun and still be capable. Like research says that if we are having fun and doing our work in a committed way, we are actually more effective. But why there is this um, seriousness like around workplace, around anything else? You shouldn't smile. You should just like be like stone face, like poker face. Why? Like, and that's also why I'm here, like to induce like fun. I've been recently into like watching comedies because they are so fun and they're just like fun.
Yeah.
And I believe that laughter is like a best medicine. And yeah, I was thinking about the story like that, the one that I want to share you.
Yeah.
And so I have talked to someone who was like being on the bridge, being on the edge of like suicide.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what other people usually do is like, you shouldn't do that. Like, what's bothering you? It's okay. You're gonna be all right. But I usually don't take it so seriously because I get it and I've been there. Like, the world is like a crazy place and it's not easy to be here. So I totally get it. At the same time, I bring like humor and playfulness and joy instead of like seriousness. Like, hey, this is your life. You should hold it. Like, think about your parents. It's like so serious. Instead, I just like being there, listen, like provide space, and then bring humor to them, and that that heaviness dissolve because I feel like sometimes when we are like people who are suicidal, and I've been there myself, we lost in touch with joy
Yeah.
when we spark that possibility that, hey, joy exists, you can experience this. Life is not all doom and gloom, and you can laugh, you can have fun. We find hope again. So yeah, it is really powerful and it is really simple. And that's what I like about joy and having fun.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is really powerful, and it is so true. Like I have, like you said, I have been in that space myself too. This is not, I did not approach it so directly with so much clarity, but I also realized that it's about how much fun I'm having with myself every day that is going to help me be here and not think about exiting or committing suicide. And first of all, like I want to hold that space for even you and for me for coming up and sharing that about ourselves. That yes, we have been in that space of that where it did not make sense to go on. And yeah, if the idea of, hey, if you stay back and you can figure out how you can have fun with this life and it's available to you, you might need some support and a little, guidance for a little while to help you see that joy is available to you, love is available to you, and then you can take that in and spin it around and create a life that you are enjoying. Life on earth is to enjoy time in this physical body, and that's a beautiful, powerful message. And as I'm connecting to that, as I'm sharing about that, I feel chills and goosebumps with resonance with your mission.
Yeah, so there is also like a deeper perspective towards like overwhelm. When we are overwhelmed, like we are so much overwhelmed, like we feel like we don't fit in our society, we don't feel it in our world, the world doesn't work for us, and it's just like people don't work for us. And that drive to like the feelings of like suicidal, like, yeah, I'm not here for anything, why am I even here? So actually that overwhelm can be transformed into purpose, that there is purpose behind that overwhelm. Like when we look around and see the biggest problems in society, in this world, like people burning forests, people killing animals, and then there is like people hating, fighting about each other's, that deep sense of like hate, of like, ah,
Yeah, yeah,
that like all of these shits that are happening in the world, it's exactly why we are here. It's exactly why our soul is here, and our soul, our mission, our purpose is just to really be the solution to all those problems. Like it is something that worth dying for. More importantly, it's worth living for. Like so all of this overwhelm is, yeah, we can be the victim of that overwhelm, but taking responsibility and doing our healing, our growth, our evolution, and coming from an empowered place, it becomes our purpose to really resolve all of this stuff instead of running away from them. And so no one else have to be like going through all that overwhelm, all the heaviness, all the injustices in the world, because we are here, the one to resolve them.
yeah. I Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I could take myself back to the time when I was feeling so overwhelmed and I couldn't find a reason. And I just in a space where I was just going from one day to another just to see how much I can take it, how longer I can take it. But I had that inner sense that this is leading to something. So more I leaned into that process, I could feel that this is leading to something. And really voluntarily going within, while everything within was something that I wanted to ignore my whole life. I didn't want to look at, to acknowledge, but to go within and see what am I so hurt about? What is causing me so much pain? Why am I not feeling like being here? And that's when I started drawing the answers. And then I could see what I needed in that, or I could be benefited if I had during that process. And that made me want to provide that space for others who are going through this same thing. When we talk about the awakening, like becoming aware of your purpose, that's a big awakening, and that's something that you um, deeply work with. But there is this collective awakening that is happening right now on the planet. And we are waking up to a bigger purpose for the entire species, and how we are like little sparks of light that belong to a whole wave of ocean that is lighting up as one of us, everyone, each one of us gets awakened and joins the current of making the shift to a better place for humanity. So when did that awareness come to you? Yeah, I would love to know that.
Yeah. So this is something that I shared with you like before this interview, that I used to identify myself as Asperger's.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just the thing that why am I so sensitive? Why I feel like a crowd overwhelms me? Why I'm not thinking like other people and I'm easily stressed. And then someone shared with me in 2019 that I am actually a starseed, and then it was like boom. Oh, everything makes sense. Like everything, every experience that I experienced in childhood, every experience, it's all like coming together. It's like um it's like a calling, an awakening for me. And then I start to look into that. And yeah, the world is like going through like massive awakening as well. People are realizing that all of those things that doesn't really important, that has no point, they are no longer working. And then we are building together as like one community, and everyone else is like going through like their own spiritual awakening, which is beautiful, but also like can be chaotic like when we look at it on the outside.
Yeah. That's why, like, people like you and me who have already embraced this, have an awareness about this, are stationed in the timeline so that we can help the others who are going through it right now, so that it becomes a little easier on them. Like, spiritual awakening doesn't have to be intense for everybody. Like, it's okay if we didn't have the help and we had to go through it alone, because it was important
Mhm.
for us, people who are called to be coaches especially, to understand that process in our own lens, so that we can help and share that lens with the world. But people here who deserve that help and that need that to make that transition, because it's a lot to take in. When you, like, I could relate, or I assume that when you had that first click, okay, that star seed made a sense to you, then there comes a process where you go and revisit all your memories, all everything that has happened so far. And it can be a lot, and it can really blow yourself out from the 3D, from your present, and cause you to disconnect, feel dissociated, and not be able to operate and ground yourself back into the reality and start creating from there. And that's where help is due, and that's where help and support and love and that presence, peaceful, calm presence of someone who is grounded, can really work magic. Yeah. I think I am kind of done with the questions I had for you. Do you have anything for me, or if you want to add something about your experience? How about a message? I know you want people to have fun. That's very important. It's okay to be overwhelmed, but if you have another message to add to the people, that would, yeah, you're welcome to add that.
Yeah. Uh, So while you were explaining about awakening, I just had like this, yeah, in my mind that awakening is actually and essentially coming to back to ourselves. So we have been like programmed and we have been through like past experiences that condition us. And that can be like bad experiences, painful experiences, traumas, conditioning from school and workplace, and awakening essentially like coming back to ourselves and our power. So when we are awakening, we might be like emotionally healing from those experiences. Like there are nights when I was just crying and crying and crying, and I was not sure like what how tomorrow gonna look like because I wasn't
Yeah.
yet awakened and feeling. There are nights when I was feeling angry and just like shouting out loud. I hope like people don't hear me, but whatever. Um, yeah, it's because like we are experiencing our emotions, so we can come towards what is like for the best for us. So essentially, like coming from like a higher perspective, like our higher self is right here guiding us, like that this is where you need to go next. This is what you are going through. But our ego, like our experiences and our filters are like, no, this is what I want. No, that seems like scary. I don't want to go there. Like through healing our ego, our self-doubts, our insecurities, we come to like a clearer guidance from our higher self, and it feels such in flow, like, yeah, I will go there because that's where I'm called to. This is what I'm here for, and I don't have any resistance or fear or anxiety towards that. So that is like my perspective around awakening. That yeah, just
Yes, amazing. I think your gift is to simplify some stuff, because I felt this myself in the spiritual community. People who are helping us understand what's going on. There is a lot of new jargons, new terms that can really get people spinning. But you have this amazing gift to simplify that and really, talk in terms of what it feels right now in your body, in your mind, and how can you work with that without using a lot of new terms or complicated concepts. That simplicity is your
Mhm.
beautiful, beautiful gift, and I thank you and the universe for that. um, so where can your clients find you, or people that want to connect to you and work with you can find you?
Yeah. You can find me on Altheus Soul. I use Facebook and Instagram. Um, yeah, just let me know like if you are resonating with my contents, and I hope this has been helpful for you. And if I can say like my last word is we are here to help, and we are here to help or contribute a specific cause. Like English is not my first language, and by and like it has like an advantage because I use like simple words to like clarify my message, so it can be like distilled down to simplest words, and it doesn't have to overcomplicate things. So that is the kind of person that I'm meant to help, and that's why I'm here.
I love your awareness around it. And this is something that you help people to get to, right? To have more awareness, more clarity around their purpose. And yeah, that's a beautiful work, a beautiful medicine that you are sharing with the planet. And yeah, thank
Mhm.
you so much. It is needed. And again, I have to repeat, your awareness of how English not being your first language actually helps you on your mission to connect with people. I love that. I love
Mhm.
that so much. Yeah, so is there a specific program or that you have, and how do you work with your clients, or is it a one-to-one coaching thing?
Yeah, thank you. Right now, I have two programs. The first one is 8 week. It helps you get clarified to your purpose. That not just like this is my purpose, but it's actually something that is deep. Like when I first come to my purpose, I was like crying in a public place. Um, but whatever, it was nice because it's just like that deep understanding that yeah, this is what my life is for, and I want that for you. And also sharing the things that are preventing us from aligning to this purpose, like self-doubts, insecurities. And it's like 8 weeks of program, and that's the first one. And the second one is like 6 months. It is a journey of coming to our purpose, healing ourselves, and by doing so in a most authentic way and with consistency instead of like procrastination and overwhelm, so we don't get fall back into our own old traps and patterns.
Yeah, again, like your authenticity, your clarity, your simplicity shows in how you've designed your programs. First, to just get clarity on what you're here to do, and then a deeper intensive work to work through the filters and egos. Because in my experience, when you get touch in your mission and you know you have a purpose, that's when all the shadows, all the filters and limitations will come up
Uh-huh.
to stop you
Yeah.
and challenge
Uh-huh.
you. Like it's like a wall goes up from the ground, and you keeps you stuck there, and you have to like really chip away that wall, and keep in mind that your purpose in your heart, and keep going, and to have help and guidance and regular support in that process would be amazing for anyone on this journey. So yeah, you can find Altheus on Instagram and Facebook, and just go and check him out, because the way he shares his stories every day really connects and touches your soul, your heart. It makes you feel seen. It makes you understand that what you're going through is not that uncommon.
Mhm.
Many people are going through the same thing, and it's okay to be in that space. And that pain, that overwhelm has a purpose, and Altheus can help you to find that purpose. So thank you so much for being here, Altheus, and sharing your story and your amazing magic with us. This was an absolute blast and honor to host you on my channel.
Yeah, much gratitude to you, Megma, and fellow souls who are watching this.